Hello and welcome yet another Tuesdays at 2, episode number 83. My name is Martin Buckland and I'm an executive career management practitioner. And each week I come on and share my vast knowledge with you, the viewers, and the repeat viewers about something about career management. Because career management is very important to you and to your family. You bring in all the money and you need to manage your career because tomorrow that career could be in bits. So you need to constantly manage your career 24/7, 365. So today's topic is a topic that, or a question that I get from many people each week. I am worried that no one is replying to me online when I apply online. I am worried no one is replying to me when I apply online. The whole crux of job search is patience. Patience is a virtue, as they say. Now, it can be very frustrating, very angry just to be laid off, let alone have to embark on a job search. But the more focused you are on the job search, the better it's going to be for you. And as you will find out in today's episode, applying online is not going to bring you rewards or significant rewards. There are other avenues that perhaps after today's topic you should explore, because online is only a small percentile of the jobs that are available to you right now. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's only a small percentile. So take your time to digest how you're going to strategize your job search. Treat your job search as a full-time appointment. Don't sit on the couch and think a job is going to come to you, because it doesn't. You need to treat your job search as a full-time gig. So let's assume that you post or you apply to a post online. Let me explain the application process and how your resume will be screened and will be processed. If you apply today, we are on the second day of the week. Now, normally job postings you see on all the major job boards are on there for a minimum of 3 weeks, normally 4 to 6 weeks. So if you apply today, the second day of the week, and this is the first week of the posting, you could wait another 5, 6, or even 7 weeks before you even receive a reply. Sometimes there's an automatic reply saying, thank you for your resume, we will be in touch and whatever, but not always. It's very, very impersonal. The whole job search process is very, very impersonal. Don't expect a reply like that. It's not going to happen. Very, very rarely. So if you apply today and it's one of those long postings, 4 to 6 weeks, what they do is when that job closes, normally on a Friday, they take a week's break. That break is when they're working the other side and they are assessing the candidates. Now, your resume, and I speak to this every week, if it's not ATS friendly, applicant tracking friendly, by that I mean the scanning machinery, which is very, very particular. One character wrong, one line wrong, one bullet wrong, you've gone out of that count. Even though you may be the perfect candidate, you will never hear at the other end. So patience is a virtue. So you apply today, the second day of the week, and it's a long posting. You could wait for 5, 6, 7, or even really pushing it 8 weeks before you even receive a reply. So I get clients who've got their resume, and the following week they call me and they say, I haven't got any replies. I say, you better be sitting down. Let me give you the reason why you're not receiving any replies. I know you are the perfect candidate, but this is the reason. It's just a period of time. So please ask any questions Eric is online. Hi, Eric. So please ask any questions regarding anything to do with executive career management. I'm more than happy. It doesn't have to be related to today's topic. So any comments will be gratefully received. So a posting can be a long time. I know you want to tear your hair out. It can be very, very frustrating after you've gone through a frustrating period of being terminated. So you're dealing with a lot of emotions. Keep those emotions to yourself. Never, ever, ever show them to an interviewer. That is very, very important. So you can have a champion, you can have a coach who can nurture and coach you through the ups and downs of a job search. So when applying online, you could be in a huge competition. Some of those jobs today are getting up to 2,500 applications. But you want to win. You want to be in that number one spot. You want to hold that trophy high. You want to win. So be patient. Have a dynamic resume and your LinkedIn profile fully complete, not a skeleton profile, as I call it. You need to have a full profile. So the competition can be very tough. Even in good economic times, it can be very, very tough. Now, Eric is an executive recruiter in mining. Probably of the sectors I work in, I work across the world and I work in all sectors as a career management practitioner. Mining is probably the best because talent is short in mining, but it is short across the world. But you've been hearing all these economists and other so-called experts telling you that we may be hitting rough times, i.e., the big recession. So you have to be in charge of your career. And now you have to embrace everything that career management involves. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those questions right now, or go to my YouTube channel where there are many, many videos on various topics relating to career management. And you will learn a lot there. And please press the subscribe button. So don't fool yourself. Please don't get down. I know it's tough. And also conquer the fear of rejection. You aren't going to win every race. An athlete doesn't win every race, but you want to be very close to the top. You want to be very close to that winner circle and preferably number one and hold that trophy high. So don't fool yourself. You won't receive a reply unless you are a potential candidate. Now, some people, they get desperate and they apply for anything and everything. Don't do that. Be very niched. You're not going to you're not going to get a job or any interview, because remember, this application doesn't get you the job. It gets you the interview, gets you to the next stage of a job search. If you don't have very close to all the skills that executive recruiters or HR professionals are looking for. Now, this is a shocker to many. Please, so Andrew, let me just go to Andrew's question. Hi, Martin. Whether you ever receive a reply from an executive recruiter or not, would you advocate reaching out and asking for feedback on the reasons for a rejection, or is this a fool's errand? Now, that depends on the hiring authority. So that's a great question. Some executive recruiters and some HR professionals are willing to give you very constructive, very honest and open feedback as far as your candidacy and why you didn't get into that candidate pool. But generally, the volume is too high. They only work the same hours as we do, and there's only 24 hours for all of us. Generally, they don't give feedback. However, there's no harm in asking. What are you going to lose? You're not going to lose anything. Ask. And if they're willing to give feedback, be prepared for that tough love, that tough question of why you didn't get the answers, why you didn't get that particular job. But yeah, it's good. Get constructive feedback. I loved constructive feedback on my presentations. So please feel free if you want to learn anything. I want to learn. I always want to learn. So yes, Andrew, I would say ask, but don't always get. So this is what shakes a lot of people. I ask during my resume or CV or coaching intake when I'm having a conversation with people before people decide to engage me. Well, what percentile of jobs do you think are advertised? What percentile of jobs do you think are advertised? This really rocks people's souls. They are like bamboozled by my answer. Now, this is very country sensitive. For each country, each geography, it varies, but it's very low. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. So there are a limited number of advertised jobs. Here in Canada, where I'm based, but I work globally across the world, got clients in 20 plus different countries right now. We only 8% of jobs are advertised. Now that really shocks people. So I ask them, well, they say, oh, 100%. Some people say 100%. I can't believe it. And then some people say 80, 90, 50, 40, whatever, 20. But it's only 8%. I ask them if they're sitting down because I want to give them a realistic approach. I tell it as it is. I'm a very realistic coach. I don't beat around the bush. I want my clients to learn the realistic world of career management. So some people believe it's the majority, like 80, 90, even 100%. I can't imagine the mindset that goes through that of a 100%. So in Canada, it's not 8%. In the US, it's about 18 to 19%. In the UK, it's about 23 to 25%. And then there's another chunk that goes in that what I call the job search wheel, and that is executive recruiters. So there again, depending on the geography, your country, the percentile of what executive recruiters hold varies, but it fluctuates between 12 and 15%. Here in Canada, it's 12%. So that for me, somebody who's not very good at arithmetic, is very easy. 8% advertised jobs and 12% executive recruiters. Guess where all the others? They are hidden. That's where you need to be my old trade as a detective, and you need to go and hunt down those jobs. There are YouTube videos on my channel talking about how you go and hunt down those jobs. It's an art, but it's also very frustrating. So hopefully you've got some tips here. Perhaps it's time, if you are just solely applying online through Monster, Workopolis, Indeed, Luta, Career Builder, Glassdoor, the list goes on. Perhaps it's time to rethink your job search strategy because you could be far less involved and less frustrated if you go after those hidden jobs. And I have done Tuesdays at 2 on how to uncover the hidden jobs. So the last reason, and I touched on it earlier on, is your resume. If your resume isn't a 2022 ATS friendly, applicant tracking system friendly resume, by that I mean, does it go through that scanning machinery? I doubt if you will get a call. It's a computer. You can never beat a computer, but you can at least try and match a computer. So if your resume isn't an ATS friendly resume, you're going to miss out anyway. Doesn't matter how many times you apply for jobs. you are going to miss out, or your chances of getting an interview, because the resume doesn't get you the job, it gets you the interview, are severely decreased. So anybody got any other comments, any other questions? Andrew came forward with a great question there. Anybody got any other questions before we wrap it up? I come on here every Tuesday at 2 Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. British time, and 8 p.m. Central European time, talking about a different topic each week. Now, I'm more than happy to give anybody a free, no obligation, 30-minute resume critique. As I said, I am very realistic. I'm an honest coach. I say it as it is because you only get one chance, one kick of the can. First impressions count with that scanning machinery and then hopefully with the human eyes. You need to sell yourself. Once you enter a job search, you are a sales guy. You're nothing to do with supply chain, with finance, with marketing. You are a salesperson. You are a product and you are selling yourself. So I'm more than happy to give anybody who's watching this today or watching the replay a 30-minute free resume critique. And if you want, a LinkedIn profile audit. I will go through your LinkedIn from top to bottom, and I will tell you where you're lagging in content, because it's a very content savvy platform. The more content you have there, the more uptick you're going to get, the more intrigue from people like Eric, who's an executive recruiter in mining. So I alluded to it earlier on. Oh, Brian. Hi, Martin. Brian Lass is a frequent visitor here. Welcome, Brian. So Brian Lass says, hi, Martin. Which would you say are more valuable industry-specific certifications, or a master's doctorate degree, i.e. post-secondary education, perhaps both? Okay, where do I start? I would say, Brian, you need to aim. I know your trade. I know you're in law enforcement and security and things like that. So I would suggest you go for a master's. Don't go straight for a doctorate. You can on odd occasions. I love your ambition. You're always here. I love your drive. I follow you on LinkedIn. But I would say you need to go for a master's. And we've had this conversation before. I think you fall into that category of going for an executive MBA, of which I'm a global expert in executive master of business administration. So definitely a master's. Forget about PhD. That's probably some way off. And that really tends to really pigeonhole you, and it has other connotations as well. So I would say a master's degree would be, if you really want to go back to school, academic, you should go about, or constantly training, constantly updating your skills and knowledge. I would say that a master's would be a great venue, bring you great value. The return on the investment will be great, and people look at your penchants to do a long degree, because it is tough. It is tough. You can do various courses. There's lots of courses within your realm. And I believe you teach on a course in Humber College or Centennial College. So continue that teaching, but also learn yourself. Anybody got any other comments? I just want to mention again my YouTube channel. There is a wealth of knowledge. If you want to go there, please sign up, subscribe, and press that bell button, where you will be notified of all the future videos to come. I know there's a new one coming tomorrow morning. I believe there's another one coming next Saturday, and there's a whole long list all the way through the summer. And I'm actually filming some in the next few weeks to build up my YouTube channel. So that just about wraps it up for today. Thanks for listening. I will be back next week. Now, let me see what my topic is this week. My topic is fed up with work, need to be challenged and more pay. Fed up with work, need to be challenged and more pay. You need to be challenged. You need to be compensated, not always more pay, but you need to be compensated for your value. And we will talk a lot about your value in next week's Tuesdays at 2. For those of you who haven't heard, I've started another restream each week, live streaming, and it's twice a week, at 9 a.m. on Monday and 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday, called Career Tips for a Crazy World. That's a 1 minute, very, very fast career tip. So if you want to, when something's puzzling you, email me or send me a text on LinkedIn, and I will put that into my career tips for a crazy world. I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about on Friday, but it will be a very quick 1 minute tip. And then I will be back next Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, back at 2 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday. So thanks for watching. Have a great week. Enjoy. Well, it's fantastic weather out here in where I am, about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of Toronto, and hopefully the summer has finally reached you and you're able to get some sunshine and have a great week. But remember, always manage your career. Look after number one. Have a great week.